Hello everyone, I hope all is well in this Advent season. Today we're going to continue our 12 shaves of Christmas, and we're going to have shave number 6. And so on the 6th shave of Christmas, what shaving gave to me, Glacial Obsidian from Stirling. Now, this is a licorice scent. I think of Christmas when I think of licorice because of licorice candy and there being all the different types of candies around Christmas time. Now, this one is actually one that is a seasonal for Stirling, meaning they only have it out actually in spring and summer, but I really like it in the winter. It's a nice menthol soap for the winter. And the reason they would sell it in spring and summer is because it is a glacial, one of their glacial versions. That's their sort of highest level of menthol that they would have in their soaps. But yeah, it's a licorice. Now, when I first ordered samples from Stirling, which has been over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I ordered quite a few. And when I ordered Glacial Obsidian, I didn't really look at what the scents were, those kinds of things. But when it came in and I smelled it, I was like, oh, that's anise, that's licorice. I don't know if I'm gonna like that in a shave soap. And then I used it with a sample of the Black Ice Witch Hazel and Aloe Splash from Stirling. Got my aperture locked in, so it's hard to see. I'll lock it back after we get into shaving. And to my surprise, using the Glacial Obsidian sample and using the sample of the Black Ice Witch Hazel and Aloe Splash, I fell in love with this. It was so invigorating, like I thought to myself, this is the kind of thing I want to use right before going to work. And that's what I'm doing this morning right after the shave, headed into work. To shave, we're going to be using the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Ascension Flat Bottom Razor. I think it's Ascension, may just be the double open comb flat bottom, but I'll put it down in the description below. This was the first double open comb I got from Phoenix, and it's called flat bottom because their original double open comb, if it's my understanding, had a little bit of a scoop, much like you can see on the Ascension Copper. You can see that how this one's kind of flat where my thumb is, and where this one is sort of curved. See that? And it's my understanding, if I remember the description right, Douglas added a little bit more material in the bottom there to make it flat, to try to add a little weight to the original version of this razor, the original aluminum version. You can see on the bottom here of the base plate, it has Phoenix and then DOC for double open comb. The base plate is actually kind of a blue color. It's kind of a dusty blue, metallic blue color. Now, even with that extra material, the aluminum handle it comes with, I find it to be a little too light. One way to weight this razor down a bit is to use this big honking handle from Maggard's, which is the MR8 handle from Maggard's, and it's like 5.2 ounces, so it's pretty heavy. What I found with this original flat bottom, or the flat bottom double open comb from Phoenix, was that it was so lightweight that it skipped a bit. You know, in other words, in wet shaving, we try not to apply any pressure. We just let the weight of the razor do the work. And this razor was so light, it sort of felt like it skipped at times, if that makes sense. So we're going to use this heavier handle today. And so we're going to put in a Personna Red. One of the things I like about this design from Phoenix, in both the copper and this, there's no overhang for the blade, and because there is little guides on the head that hold the razor, you don't have to worry about it swiveling because there's also notches. There's 2 notches in the bottom line up, and so it automatically has your blade aligned. Now, unlike the Ascension Twist adjustable, this is not adjustable. Now you could adjust it by not screwing it as tight, but I just screwed it into it snug. So we have that Personna Red in there. We're going to be using the Omega Ash Flare Handle. So it's Ashwood Flare Handle Boar Brush. This is their model, let's see, I've got it up here, but I don't have my glasses. Model number is 21713. 21713 from Omega, the Ashwood Flare Top Boar. Okay, I have the boar brush wet. I soaked it a little bit before we started, and we lock in this aperture on the phone so we're not getting that weird exposure changing all the time. You can see the Glacial Obsidian soap is kind of a gray color. It's a little darker in person than it's showing on the screen here. So let's go in here. We're just going to do a lather on the face. So we're going to just load out of the tub. Now, one of the reasons I like this brush, or one of the reasons I bought it, was because of the flare top, in hopes that it would keep lather off of my hands. In fact, I'm actually been talking with a brush maker, brush handle maker. I won't reveal who yet. See if we can get it done to make me a handle that even has a bigger guard, so to speak. I'll talk about that more in future shaves, but I'd like to have something that keeps this off my hands, because you can see I'm just messy when I do this stuff. Dip the tips a little bit, and let's go in here and get this face lather. Go. Okay, you instantly feel the menthol with this soap. It's not anything overpowering, although I will say when I use like some of the more intense menthol soaps, I try to not get it as close to my eyes. I like really take special care not to get it close to the eyes. You get the anise, but you also get something to me that's a little bit of like a barbershop quality. I don't really know what it is, can't really explain it. It's not powdery. Maybe it's a little hint of the barbicide, who knows. But if I remember correctly, this is scented only with essential oils, so it's anise essential oil. All right, still need a little water down here where it's a little pasty. Okay, we're gonna call that good for now for the lather. Let's get in here into the shave. This is that flat bottom double open comb from PAA with a Personna Red, and this big honkin' MR8 5.2 ounce handle from Maggard's, which I really like. It's real easy to get a grip on because it's big. Really like it. Smooth shave so far. I've had a couple of comments on the channel where people would like for me to do a video talking a little bit about how I line up my goatee. So that is in the hopper. We will get to that. It will probably be in 2020, probably in January. In the upcoming installments of the 12 Shaves of Christmas, I will give you a little preview of some of the stuff we're going to be doing in the new year for the channel. Okay, so let's get back in here to the brush. As you can see, that flare top didn't necessarily keep the lather off the handle for me because I'm a hot mess when trying to lather. Okay, let's go with the across the grain, this direction. Yeah, this head with the aluminum handle, I just found that it skipped a bit, and so this, and you wouldn't have to go this extreme with the handle. I think any non-aluminum handle, any handle that was metal, you know, like of a different kind, would not skip. So it doesn't have to be this big honking thing, but I really like this. One of my favorite things about this handle is it stands on its end. You can just stand it up on the counter and not worry about it scratching your counter or falling over. I still have that one area maybe an ingrown hair or some kind of knot or bump. I'm not just sure what's going on there. Okay, I didn't get directly under the nose. Well, actually, I did do that on the first pass. I did get that there a little bit, looks like. Okay, so we're probably good there. All right. I like to sometimes mid-shave take what's gotten on the goatee and just spread it on the face, mainly so I can see where the goatee is and I'm not cutting into it. So I've got some of this soap on my lips and you definitely can feel the menthol. Yeah, this one doesn't burn my eyes like, say, a chiseled face cryogen or frostbite from PAA. Now, by the way, I love those, and I don't even mind the burning in the eyes. That's part of the experience for me. But this is not quite as intense as those, but you still definitely can feel the menthol. My lather got a little thin on me. That's operator error. I don't think I took enough time to load, but this is going to be sufficient. It's so slick that it'll be fine. So I'm going to go against the grain, not across the grain, but against the grain, so this direction. So after we complete this shave, we'll be halfway through the 12 Shaves of Christmas. Got a little nick there. See a little blood there. So, all right, let's get into the pickup pass. And I'm low on lather in the brush, but I'm still going to squeeze some out and put it on the face. Yeah, I just didn't take enough time to load that brush, I think. And now this is also across the grain, but in the other direction. It's what I do for my pickup pass, primarily for down here. And right in here. In fact, I'm not going to go across the grain and the rest of the face because it's pretty good. But let me check real quick if there's any areas we need to get to. There's that little bit of red. We have to put a little something on that to get it to stop. You kind of look at the goatee real quick, see where we are. Okay. All right, I'm gonna call that good. Let's get in to feel a little bit there. Let's get into the post shave. Okay, got my Darth Vader towel The Rise of Skywalker. I have my tickets for Thursday night on the 19th. My daughter and I are big Star Wars nerds. And I'll probably do, in the middle of a shave, do a non-spoiler review after going to that. Okay, post-shave. Let's start with the black ice, which is also licorice from Stirling. Witch Hazel and Aloe. Oh, this stuff is so, I love all their witch hazel and aloe splashes, Stirling. In fact, to me, that's their best product. I mean, I love their soaps, they're great, everything there. But I really love what they've done with their witch hazel and aloe splashes. They're great. Sometimes little nicks like that, just the aftershaves and balms will stop it. So I'm actually going to see what we can get from just what we're going to use for post-shave. So now I'm going into the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements sample of chocolate and bourbon. Now, this is not one I would buy a full bottle of, but it's amazing. Now, the reason I wouldn't buy a full bottle is because it makes me want to eat brownies, to be honest with you. And I don't need any more triggers to make me eat brownies. This smells like, to me, it smells like brownie batter. Now, what's interesting about this is that Doug on the site talks about that he talked to a master brewer friend of his about soaking oak cubes in alcohol, much like bourbon would be aged in alcohol, and or bourbon, which is alcohol, that it sets in an oak cask and it changes the oak. And so this has actually got like toasted oak cubes in it, not in the actual aftershave, but when it's being made and it's steeping in it, that's there. So you get some woody notes. This is according to the website. You know, chocolate, vanilla, woody, tonka, almost a grape feeling, it says. I don't really get the grape, maybe a deep grape like wine. But to me, it smells like brownie batter, which on one hand is great, and on the other hand is get thee behind me, Satan. All right, so there's that. Let's get into the Zongari Man balm, unscented. I recently picked up a bottle of this balm. As you may know, if you're familiar with the wet shaving community, this is a balm that people love. And I ordered it from Maggard's, and I just discovered on the Zongari site that they have a new balm out to match their new soap base. And I forget the name of that base right now, but the balm has the same name. And that balm actually has beef tallow in it, if I'm understanding their site correctly. I'll put a link in the description to that. But it would be a balm with actual tallow in it. And I'm not for sure if any other artisan does that, so that's going to be really interesting. I'm interested to try that out. But yeah, I can see why people rave about this. I mean, my undisputed champion of balms is the Mirsol emulsion, but I'm getting a similar feel from this. It's soaking in pretty quick. It does look like that area down there is not going to behave. By the way, here's a little preview. I've got some Murphy & McNeil, new base, Holy Cow, new base, Declaration Grooming, new base, Zongari Man, new base. Those are going to be probably the first 4 shaves of 2020. All right, so let me grab my skim tin. Go in here. Let's get the styptic, whatever it's called, pencil. I often have a hard time getting this open when my hands still have a little lather on them. Touch that up, I think it's going to be good. All right, now into the Whiskey, Ink, and Lace Connoisseur beard oil. This is a coffee and cocoa, and it is amazing. It has a deep, rich coffee bean smell, like freshly roasted coffee beans. It's one of the best coffee scents I've ever smelled. But it also going to be one I need to stay away from because it's going to make me want a mocha. All right. Go into some of the unscented beard balm from Stirling. I'll talk more about that soon. They have beard balms now. Excited about that. This is the unscented. Get a little bit out. I'll review those in a video soon. Just help to kind of tame the goatee a little bit. And I generally, if I'm doing beard balms or any kind of balm, I run a little bit in the front of the hair because, you know, that's my middle-aged way to deal with the widow's peak. There's a little spike there, so it helps. The balm helps hold it a little bit. Okay, so yeah, now once I put my shirt on for work, I'm going to follow this decadent licorice, coffee, chocolate, bourbon up with Pure Havane, which is a tobacco scent, but it also has that gourmand quality that the Thierry Mugler men's fragrances have, that sort of gourmand feel. So, you know, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and do a little, put some more on when I put the shirt, but I love this. That top 10 fall winter men's fragrances video is coming very, very soon. Been working on getting everything together for it. It'll be coming soon, so look for that. So yeah, on the 6th shave of Christmas, which shaving gave to me, Glacial Obsidian from Stirling. Hope you're well, enjoy Advent, and I'll see you in the 7th shave of Christmas. Bye.